We've never actually used this table, have we?
I know, it was supposed to be for all our wine and cheese and cocktails that we haven't had. Set up a little set. I don't know what that looks like.
There you go, guys.
There you go.
Make it look a little bit better for you.
We have not done a sit down and chat video for
A long.
I want to say years, because even when we do a Q&A, we will be trying to do something else to make the video more interesting for everybody. But today's video is not going to be for everybody, but it might be for you. So that's all that matters.
So settle in and prepare for a long video.
Yeah, apologies if we're rambling.
We definitely will ramble.
I've got some dot points just to sort of try and keep us on topic. But I don't know, it might be a little bit more of like a podcasty vibe today. That's just our excuse if we start rambling.
So we're going to get straight into it. We've already tried this like 2 times.
And also lots of like awkward hand movements because we don't know what to do with our hands when we're sitting.
If you're seeing this video right now, Megan's been able to edit it and we bloody nailed it. So is Australia still worth travelling?
Should you pack up your life and go on a 12-month lap or 6-month, whatever it is that you want to do?
Or is the dream over?
Some of like the common negatives that I guess you would hear on the topic is that it's way too expensive now. Social media has ruined everything and it was way better 20 years ago. And you know, all of that might be true, but today we're going to be talking about what our 12-month lap actually did for us. And there'll be some points in there that no one really talks about because it's going to be our experience. And
It's our opinion, really, yeah.
yeah, obviously we have been nomadic for coming up to 5 years now.
That's a long time.
Yeah. When we did first set off, it was simply to do a 12-month lap in our troop carrier. We saved for years and years and years. Well, years and years. We spent our house deposit that we had saved on our troop carrier and then set off on a 12-month lap.
Yeah, we never intended on starting a YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, bloody everything business. So this is directed at people that I would say 95% of people just want to go for a lap around Australia.
Yeah, we're not going to be talking about like obviously that 12-month lap changed our life because we did start a business and we've been able to sustain it, but that's not what this video is about whatsoever.
Yeah.
We can talk about that in another video if you would like, so let us know in the comments, but yeah, none of that in today's video.
I just had a thought actually. You know probably why we started social media? It's because we were quite introverted. And we were too scared to go get jobs in other states and like go and talk to people in a caravan park, for instance,
true.
and ask for a job. We're about to talk about that as well.
Oh yeah, that's a huge point that I'm actually gonna, well, I know not what you're talking about, but another point relating to that is something I really want to deep dive into at the end of the video because I feel like it will resonate with, again, not all of you, but some of you it will resonate a lot with.
Yeah.
So I guess addressing like those cons, first of all, we can't obviously say for certain whether or not social media has ruined travel because we started traveling in 2020 and social media was well and truly alive and well by that stage.
We probably wouldn't have done it without watching social media. We would not have had the confidence to go do it without watching it.
Yeah.
And because of social media, we have discovered a beautiful, beautiful place.
Yeah, and I literally planned our whole entire lap off Instagram posts as well. So there's that. But I guess what people are saying when they talk about it being ruined by social media, I guess would be about places being busier.
For instance, Palubi Beach.
Yeah.
You know, there's just 100 caravans parked up there.
Yeah.
I can see the frustration there, especially for the locals. Social media, I would say, did that.
Yeah.
Made that popular.
And I guess what part of the whole magic of Australia is being able to feel like you're completely isolated in a place, and that's what is so beautiful about Australia. So we are also guilty of that, you know, like we'll rock up to an amazing beach or a waterfall and we'll be like, oh my gosh, amazing, and how good, we've got it all to ourselves, turn around and there's 2 groups of people there and like we might feel a sense of disappointment.
Yeah, we do, yeah. It just naturally happens.
Yeah, but I guess you just need to put it in perspective and have a little bit of gratitude that in Australia, 2 groups of people feels like a lot of people, because you go anywhere else in the world and to be able to get a place to yourself would literally be almost impossible.
Yeah. So, for instance, Japan.
Yeah.
We went to Japan and did a van life trip there. We've done it twice now. And remember, there's like millions and millions. And we get frustrated when there's 2 camper vans
Yeah.
parked up next to us, and we all have to just put in perspective and be a little bit more, what's the word? Grateful for the places that we're able to visit and actually come and see and camp at. Because over there in Japan, or I would say anywhere in the world almost, there's going to be so many people. And you know what the funny thing is? Those people are around millions and millions of people every day, and when they go camping, they all look so happy, even though they're all crammed in together. Like, they just love it. And so, yeah, just put that into perspective.
Yeah, just going back to addressing those sorts of cons, that it's way too expensive to travel these days.
Yeah.
And honestly, life is just more expensive these days.
For instance, how much did we save with the before we went on our first ever lap? So we had the Troopy, the travel rig, that was going to allow us to do it. And then how much did we save?
Like 30 to 35,000
Yeah.
to do 12 months.
Now I would say you need 60,000.
Yeah. And that's even just in a Troopy, not even towing a big caravan like this.
It's a little bit more expensive doing it like this,
Yeah.
for sure.
And that being said as well, when we did set off in the Troopy, well, even now, we don't do any sort of paid tours, experiences, free camp as much as possible.
Yeah,
especially back in the Troopy days, like, we were really, really savvy with food, and yeah, we would probably go to a caravan park once or twice a fortnight.
We used to only spend $100 on groceries a week. Now it's $200, $300.
Yeah.
And that's trying. So it's
Yeah.
definitely changed.
So yeah, it is definitely more expensive these days.
Yep.
But I guess if you are still in a position to be able to put some money away, it's still sort of, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Like, it's more expensive to just live your life. So if you are in a position to be putting some money away for something, let it be travel.
Yeah.
Because
Well, it doesn't have to be travel. It can be what you want
Yeah.
it to be. But, you know, if you're watching this video, you probably want to travel.
yeah, it's not necessarily like life has stayed at this price and travel has gone up here. I think it's just...
It's all just gone up.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Everything's just gone up ridiculously. So,
and I guess as well, like, a point that I spoke about on TikTok about, like, being able to afford travel and that sort of thing. I was comparing what we spent when we were doing the Myrtle build and we were stationary. We actually spend less while traveling than we did then, because then we were paying rent, we were paying utilities, we were trying to have some semblance of a social life and, you know, weddings and all that sort of thing, and we don't pay for any of that out
it was
here.
definitely,
So-
it was pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So you save 60 grand, let's just say. But what if you can't save 60 grand? You can save 30 grand. You've got the travel rig already. Can you still go? Yes, if you're prepared to find work along the way, which is so readily available. Is that the correct word? Readily?
Yeah.
Readily? It's so available. It is. We've met hundreds and hundreds of people. They have been working, for instance, caravan parks is a big one. But they will always have work anywhere. And then if you've got a trade, plumbing, electrician, all those kinds of things, you will find work so easily. Facebook market ad, just put an ad up. Just put a sticker on the side of your car. I guess if you're going with 25, 30 grand and you're thinking, I don't know if we're going to be able to go for 12 months, but I really want to, just leave with a positive mindset. Just don't leave with that mindset like, oh no, we're not going to make it. It's going to be too hard. Yeah, it's going to be too hard. It's not. Just stay positive. You will find something and something will come to you. Go and live your dream.
So the next point is a little bit controversial, and we may even be completely shunned from the YouTube community for even bringing it up, but it's something that has been shared with us every time almost that we meet a viewer on the road, which has been quite often.
We do. We meet a lot of you guys on the road, and we just talk your heads off.
Yeah.
And we get into some deep conversations.
And it's coming back to that social media point. And again, speaking from our experience before we set off on our trip, we struggled to sort of stay motivated to put money away, especially, you know, when you've got friends and things going out and you have to say, no, sorry, I can't, I'm saving for this, that, or the other. So we, as a way to stay motivated, we would come home every single night from work and we would switch on YouTube and we would watch people traveling, already doing a lap. and it was just so positive
Oh,
and
it was
uplifting.
the best thing ever.
And we're just like, oh my gosh, just visualizing ourselves doing the exact same thing.
It was so good.
And back then it was all about the travel and the locations. And again, this is coming from some viewers that have spoken to us. So I think it's been a little bit deflating for some people, or like frightening, to switch on YouTube and just see some sort of
Disaster.
happening.
Trip ending.
Yeah, I guess us personally, like, we understand the entertainment value and how much more difficult it is these days to get clicks on
And views,
YouTube.
yeah.
So yeah, it's understandable, obviously, but as someone who might be wanting to do something like Travel Australia and it's completely out of their comfort zone, maybe, you know, thinking that something goes wrong on the road every single week, it could potentially frighten them off from traveling. So that's, I guess, why we wanted to talk about it, was because we really don't want that to happen.
We had a viewer literally in front of our faces. This is what they said. They said we were so scared to take off on our trip because we're scared we were going to get bogged or something's going to break, or all these things they've seen on YouTube happening, and we just said to them, that is not going to happen. Take care of your car properly, do the things that need to be done, check your caravan, check your rig, and you will be absolutely fine. Do not get scared off by today's YouTube thumbnails.
That just really hit home for me when, we're speaking to one viewer in particular, because that would just make me so sad if because YouTube was like part of the reason that we were so motivated to go out and do it in the first place. So on the flip side, if YouTube was the reason to stop someone from going and doing it, that would just make me so sad.
That'd be very annoying.
Yeah.
And we've even done those negative thumbnails.
Well, I mean, that being said, like, obviously it's not all sunshine and rainbows if you're literally living on the road.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're not going to have some major issue week after week.
Yeah. Take it with a grain of salt.
Okay, so that's sort of like addressing the negativity and like why you shouldn't. And I guess now we'll talk more about our experience and what it actually did for us. But firstly, I want to say, on your setup, our main advice would be obviously like whatever setup gets you out on the road is going to be the right one for you. But our personal advice, I would say, is to literally go as simple and as back to basics as you can personally handle.
Like, for instance, we couldn't go swag and rooftop tent.
No, we were way too soft.
Even at the start, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Straight up. And
so we had a troop carrier with a roof conversion where the roof pops up, and even with that, like, there were days where we got such cabin fever.
Feeling a bit over everything being damp right now. It's been like 3 weeks of just being stuck in that box.
Yeah, we just personally, we could not have handled going any simpler, but
good on people that can.
Yeah.
Using a shovel to go to the toilet, good on you.
Yeah.
I've done it and I just couldn't do it.
But the reason that we say that is because that is what really gives you the core experience and the changes that we'll talk about as well, because I think it just gets you so much closer to nature.
We're talking here, remember guys, like this is your first 12 months. This is your first lap. Be as comfortable as you can and as basic as you can.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, if you were to tell me, oh, Jack, you're going on a lap for 12 months for the first time ever, I would definitely choose the Troopy again. That pop top with a toilet in there, shower on the side. It was pretty bloody good.
Yeah. But that being said, like, I feel really bad for saying this, but like your auntie in particular, imagine they wanted to do 12 months. I would say,
oh,
Claire, get straight in a caravan.
You're going in a caravan.
That's what's going to get you out there, so just get the caravan. And
definitely. If you don't like getting dirty or anything like that, you just go straight for a caravan.
But as long as it gets you on the road, then that's...
Our situation's obviously a bit different now. We're like fully living on the road, full time running a business. So this is very suited to us.
Yeah.
We love it. One big tip would be go and hire a Troopy. Go and hire a 16-foot caravan, 19, 21 foot, and see what you enjoy the most. Go out and go for a few nights and just go from there. That would be my biggest tip.
Yeah, I feel like
it's very hard to talk about.
It relates more to having like as simple a setup as possible. And I'd say the first thing that doing 12 months of this sort of travel really gives you is such a sense of gratitude.
Yeah.
And that's why, I say going simple rather than, you know, a caravan with like 400 liters of water, because just the simple thing of being able to have a hot shower giving you the most immense amount of gratitude is just like a life-changing experience.
It still happens now, even though we've got 200 litres of
Yeah.
water. You're still very wary about it,
Yeah.
using water. But I know what you're getting at is when you go to live back in a city and you like turn the tap on
Yeah.
and you have this new sense of gratitude
Yeah.
after 12 months of travelling.
I'll never forget, we stayed at my mum's house for like a week after we got back from our very first lap, and every single morning I'd step in a hot shower and I would almost be close to tears because I was
It's next
like,
level.
thank you so much
And a
for a
flushing
hot
toilet.
shower. And I just think that is completely life-changing.
Like you're pressing the button on the toilet after 12 months of travelling and you're pressing this button and you're like, oh my God, how good is that? Like, we are so grateful to just have running water and a flushing toilet.
Yeah.
It just changes your perspective on everything. I don't have the right words to explain how much it changes you as a person.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, you talk about gratitude and it's something that you can sort of pull into your everyday life no matter what. But when you've had that feeling where you've just done a 7-hour drive, you haven't showered in like 6-7 days, you're dusty, and you roll into a caravan park and you get to have a hot shower or wash your clothes, it is just like,
incredible.
it's an elation that you will never feel
Yeah.
about anything else. It's so, so good.
And we're all just we take everything for granted.
Yeah.
So much we don't understand how lucky we are to have all that stuff.
Those of you that have gone and done it, you'll literally be able to embody that feeling.
You know
as well.
exactly
Yeah.
what we're talking about.
So good. Another thing that really changed us as people from our first lap is just a sort of resourcefulness that you sort of learn, because you are really constantly problem solving. You're
Yeah.
constantly, you know, where am I even going to sleep tonight?
Mm.
All those little things that come into play. For us as people, it's something that we didn't really need to, towards the end with our jobs and that sort of thing, like we're on autopilot
Yeah.
every single day. So I guess troubleshooting those sorts of things gave us a bit of personal growth. I
Yeah,
guess.
something that has stuck out so much to me is until you do a lap of Australia or you go on an extended amount of travel in a troopy, for instance, you will see so much rubbish out there.
Mm-hmm.
And it has just changed my whole perspective.
Yeah.
It-
You get such a deeper respect for
You have
nature.
such a respect for... Yeah, that's it. You have a huge respect for nature. We are really ruining it out there. And now if I see someone throw some rubbish on the floor, I will get so angry and I'll yell at them. Am I getting older? So mature. But it's true. There's a lot going on out there and you'll respect it so much more. And you'll think twice about a lot of things.
So the next point I think you do hear people talk about a lot is obviously the people that you meet along the way.
So
And it's so great to meet people, but a second reason it's so great is that everyone is just in such a good mood that it puts you in a good mood, and everyone's out to help you, and there's such a great sense of community among fellow travelers, and it's just such a positive thing to see if, I don't know, you're around people a lot in your day-to-day life where, you know, people might be a little bit more on the negative side or complaining. And
well, this is coming from personal experience.
Yeah.
Working in construction and you working the job you did in real estate, doing like so many hours, absurd amount of hours. And well, for me anyway, there was so much negativity every day. The people I was around were so negative and miserable. And then when we got out and did the traveling, I was like, oh my God.
it's actually kind of funny though as well, because we felt this coming into Ningaloo recently. And we were like, oh my gosh, everyone's on such a good vibe. And we had sort of even ourselves forgotten that positivity a little bit, because we were like, oh yeah, all these people are on holiday and we've got work to do in our caravan.
Yeah.
So, but just being around it is just
Helped.
really, really uplifting.
Yeah,
and it's really great.
I would highly, highly recommend it.
Another thing that we were also talking to with a fellow traveller recently is something so positive that can come from this sort of travel is just sort of quietening all the noise that can sort of come from normal day-to-day life, like
I guess it
the
kind of comes
media.
off what we were just talking about as well.
Yeah, obviously there is a lot of really, really terrible things happening in the world right now, but I think coming into nature can just sort of help you to really just shut that out for a bit. And it is, again, like just such a good reminder of how much good and how much beauty there is in the world, because I know scrolling media, listening to the news, it can really, really feel quite heavy.
Oh, there's
times.
there's so many bad things happening in this world, and it's absolutely disgusting, and I do think about it quite a bit.
Yeah.
But this is a very good way of getting out and forgetting, like what you just said. Like,
Yeah.
It's not all negative. There is good in the world.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh no.
dusty.
Our shade cover keeping our camera from getting hot just fell off, but
But we are on to the
We're on
last,
the last point.
So this is something that we have never really spoken about, because it's not going to resonate with a lot of people.
No.
But obviously we wanted to go out and see Australia and do this trip because it's beautiful and it's going to be great and all of that sort of thing. But one of the main motivations behind me wanting to take 12 months away from my life, me in particular,
Yeah.
I think it was sort of me that really had
Yeah,
this
definitely.
motivation.
at
And-
the start, and then I
yeah.
came to realization.
And it's also the reason why I had like a pretty big meltdown when our trip was delayed from COVID as well, because I had put a lot of pressure on it to be the way that I was going to change myself.
Yeah.
I was going to remove myself from the environment that I'd grown up in, like spent my whole entire life in, and that was going to be the catalyst for me to sort of try and be different. And I honestly think it worked, because
It did.
the thing that I hated most about myself was the fact that I was so shy, like painfully shy.
Yeah, you were.
I couldn't even like order at a restaurant almost at times, and like
She was.
anxiety, depression, and I
Well,
just sort of
big
spent the whole 12 months like showing up as this more confident, happy person,
Yeah.
and just being able to be completely removed from your original environment is just such a huge help.
And
with
then
that.
I didn't realize it at the time, but when we left, I became a much happier person because I was away from certain people who were tearing me down. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. There's people in your life that you don't even realize it yet, but they're holding you back. They don't want you to be successful and go out and be happy because they are not happy. I realized that when we left, how many people did not want me to be happy. So if you are looking for a positive change in your life and you're around a lot of negativity, this form of transport and going and doing what we did really helped.
I would
It
say
will change
any travel that you want to do as well, not
Yeah,
even
anything.
strictly related to Australia or overland or anything
a
like that.
lot of us don't realize how long we've been in we all have this identity that has just been created because we've stayed in this same area, and we think that that is the only thing that exists. But it's not. Some people might have great identities and you don't need to go, but you're probably not watching this video. Oh, no.
Or you might have clicked off by now
Yeah, you
when,
might
we
have clicked
started,
off,
when I
but
started talking.
Some people like really enjoy it, living and doing what they're doing. But if you're looking for that change, this is one of the best things in the world that you can go and do. Like Megan said, any travel, whether it be around the world or Australia, and it will change everything.
I know that
It'll-
sounds so cliche, like travel to find yourself, that sort of thing.
It
But
does.
didn't want to find myself.
No.
There was just certain aspects of my personality that I have hated
Yeah.
for my entire life, and I just wanted to be rid of them.
Yeah.
And I feel like I managed to really improve a lot of
Yeah,
those things.
and,
Like I can't even understate the self-hatred and like how heavy that was for so many years.
Yeah.
I don't have that now.
One huge one for me was when we left, maybe like 3 or 4 months after, I came to the realization that a certain person in my life was holding me back so much, and being away from that changed my life, and I didn't even realize that was going to happen. And then I came to the realization one day, I was like, holy crap, that person was was affecting me a lot. It's unexplainable. You just need to go and do it to figure it out for yourself.
That's just something that, we've never touched on this YouTube, because obviously it's not relatable to a lot of people, but you know, if there's just one person out there that it sort of hits home with, then that's fine with us today.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy, guys, when you realise stuff. When you realise things that you
Yoda over here, realise
when you don't
stuff.
when you realise stuff that you never saw because you were in the middle of it. When you get out and look in from the outside, it's pretty crazy.
That's very
It's pretty cool. It's really cool. So anyway, yes, travel Australia. It'll either change your life or it won't. I don't know. It changed our lives, and I hope it changes yours if you decide to do it.
I don't know how long that felt like we were recording for a very long time.
That was either a good video or a really bad video. I'm sorry.